UNCP men's cross country got the chance to take in the city of Pittsburgh this week as they traveled to the Steel City to compete in the Division II Cross Country National Championships. The Braves took part in the Division II Festival put on by the NCAA, which included a whole bunch of gifts as well as a trip to Topgolf.
I think the show's coming like this way, so we got one now.
And the way the sun comes too.
But after all the fun, there was still a race to be run for the Braves in a spot they are not too familiar with. The trip to Pittsburgh will mark the program's third team appearance at the NCAA Championships. The Braves posted a second-place finish at the 1980 event and combined for a 15th-place finish in 1981. UNCP has also logged 7 team appearances at the NAIA National Championships, including an NAIA National Championship in 1978. A phenomenal performance at the NCAA Southeast Region Championships proved to be fruitful for the UNC Pembroke men's cross-country team, as the Braves received one of 10 at-large bids to the NCAA Division II National Championships. The squad is led by Peach Belt Conference Freshman of the Year Joshua Chepkasir and PBC Runner of the Year Silas Kipkowicz, who finished 1 and 2 at the regional event, while seniors Logan Ward and Matthew Martin both picked up all-league laurels as well. Chepkasir was also crowned Southeast Region Men's Athlete of the Year by the United States Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association. The Eldoret, Kenya native becomes the latest UNCP freshman to pick up the accolade, joining teammate Silas Kipkowicz, who earned the title after a phenomenal rookie season in 2017. Chepkasir has won 3 of the 4 races he has competed in this season, including top honors at both the Peach Belt Conference Championships as well as the NCAA Southeast Region Championships. His performance at the PBC event earned him all-league honors as well as the PBC Freshman of the Year laurel, alongside Chepkasir, Logan Ward, and Silas Kipkowicz, who also picked up all-region honors, with Kipkowicz being named to the all-region team for the second straight year. The Braves will race later today as they look to bring home their first national championship as a squad since 1978, which was when they were still a part of the NAIA.
It's been a while since UNCP men's basketball has been on the floor for a game. Last outing, on November 20th, the 4-1 Braves toppled Wingate at home 76-69. In that victory, senior James Murray Boyles led the way with 18 points and 7 rebounds. The Braves only led by 1 at the half before pulling away for the 7-point win. The Bulldogs hung around by knocking down 15 of 31 three-point attempts. Ultimately, the win was UNCP's 12th in a row at home going back to last year.
First of all, Wingate shot the ball extremely well, 15 for 31 from 3. That's a heck of a percentage. So we had to make some adjustments with our defense. Instead of helping too much on penetration, staying at home with the shooters a little bit better. So I think they still made them in the second half. We cut down their percentage, but we also attacked the basket and rebounded better the second half as well.
Today, the defending Peach Belt champion UNCP Braves start conference play by hosting Young Harris at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court at 3:30 p.m. after the women's game. The Braves have defeated the Mountain Lions in 4 straight matchups and is 5-2 all-time in the series. This year, Young Harris is off to a tough start, losing 4 of its first 5 games.
Yeah, it's exciting to get Peach Belt play started up. Young Harris got a new coach, and they play very up-tempo. Somewhat similar to what we saw with Newberry earlier in the year. They're going to press, run, sometimes play a smaller lineup, shoot a lot of threes, and try to spread you out to either get threes or penetration. So it'll be a great challenge for our defense.
In a tough Peach Belt conference, the margin for error is slim, even against opponents seemingly overmatched on paper. Miller likes where the team is at through its first 5 games, but with a long road ahead, still sees promise for a sharper play as the months progress in the 2018-19 season.
Well, we started slow rebounding the ball early in the year. We've been a little bit better the last 2 games, but it's something that you got to focus on every day to build those habits where it's becomes consistent and part of our team identity. I think our defense has been pretty good at times, while we still got to, every team in America's got to get better at guarding the ball. That really makes your defense stronger. We've, tried to mix in some zone and some full court, half court press and things. So continuing to be able to change up our defenses and improve on that part of it and our defensive communication is something we've really challenged the guys with. Offense this time of year is usually a little bit behind. We have shot the ball fairly well, and we have a lot of guys capable of scoring. JB has really stepped up as a senior, as a go-to guy, but we also have other guys that are very capable as well.
Looking even further into the future, this week UNCP announced the signing of 2 recruits so far in the 2019 class. Jason McKinney, 6'6" high school senior at South Brunswick and Southport, North Carolina, and Cortez Marion Holmes, also 6'6", originally from Omaha, Nebraska, playing the last couple years at Northside Christian Academy in Charlotte. Both signed their national letters of intent this week to make it official.
Yeah, we're really excited about those guys. Jace, we've known a little bit longer. They've been coming to our team camp for probably 3 years now, so we've kind of watched him over the years develop. Just a real hard worker, very athletic and strong, 6'5", 200 pounds, but attacks the basket. And he's really worked to develop a three-point shot to go with that. But excited about him. And then Cortez, I saw him for the first time last summer and really liked his athleticism. His defense is at a very high level early in his career. I think he could be a phenomenal defender for us, guarding multiple positions. But offensively, he's versatile as well. He's 6'6", but he handles the ball, passes it well. Working on his jump shot, but he's really good at scoring 15 feet and in. So 2 great kids and be great additions to the program.
Today, UNCP tips off Peach Bell play, step 1 towards defending their crown, hosting Young Harris at 3:30 p.m. at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court. You can also watch on the UNCP Sports Network. UNCP women's basketball, while an exhibition game, suffered a tough loss Sunday at the hands of Division I UNC Greensboro. Spartans toppled the Braves 72-32. Pembroke shot just 20% from the field, while UNCG hit 43%, but also went 11 of 27, 40% from beyond the arc. All-Southern Conference junior Nadine Solomon led the way with 19 points and 8 rebounds for the Spartans.
I did think we played hard, and that may have been the extent of it. I don't think we played very well. I thought they shot the ball very well. We gave Solomon, their leading scorer, I think too many three-point looks, and it was in the game plan to try to make sure we shaded her and double off ball screens. We didn't do a very good job there, but I did think we competed hard, and even though we got down and down considerably, we kept playing hard and kept competing throughout the course of the game.
Haskins is honest, admitting the Braves have struggled offensively this season. His young team is shooting just under 36% from the field on the year, 28% from downtown. UNCP is averaging just under 57 points a game, and that doesn't include the loss at UNCG being an exhibition.
I think a few things. We're trying to make some adjustments without Deja McCain, who was going to be an inside presence for us. Trying to keep Zadeja level on the floor and keep her out of foul trouble. Both in the Fayetteville State game and the UNC Greensboro game, she got 2 fouls early, got in foul trouble. So she's got to be a little more disciplined and play solid defense without fouling. So we got to keep her on the floor to give us a little bit more inside presence. Once she comes off the floor, it's really small ball for us. And if you're going to play undersized, you've got to get some things in transition. You've got to get some things attacking the basket off the dribble. But you also got to make some perimeter shots. And that's where we've struggled the last couple of games, just knocking down open shots. And I thought, particularly in the first half, we really got some good looks against Greensboro, particularly against their zone. They're, like you say, a Division I team. And the one thing that stood out more so than 2 years ago when we went out there was their length. Their shooters are 6 feet and long, and so their length bothered us, I think, trying to attack and get to the rim. And again, we're trying to make some adjustments offensively, do some different things to kind of take advantage of what we've got.
The Braves hope this is an early season slump, a mental hurdle to get over. Haskins says the issue right now is a combination of confidence and execution, knocking down open looks.
It's just kind of a little bit of everything. I think better execution gets you better shots, but then again, it's a confidence thing. it helps to see that ball going in the hole, and if it's not going in the hole, there's a little bit of frustration. The one thing we've talked to our girls about is you can't let what happens on the offensive end affect your effort on the defensive end. And actually, you can't get frustrated. If you're struggling offensively, you need to even pick up the intensity on the defensive end and be that much better, because you know that if the ball's not going in the hole, we got to get stops. So, but I do think it's a little bit of both. I think it's I don't think there's going to be many halves where Melanie Horn goes 0 for 5 from the floor, and I thought she got some good looks. So, it's confidence and just working on it and continue to execute our offense and get better, trying to get more easy shots.
UNC Pembroke is shorthanded down low. Deja McCain, the team's leading rebounder, is out for the season with an injury. Depth in the front court is now an issue. So Deja Love is now the tallest player on the roster, but if she gets in foul trouble or has to rest, the lack of depth rears its ugly head. Taller swing players like Aaliyah Farmer are forced to play out of position.
We don't want Aaliyah to play with her back to the basket, and she doesn't like playing with her back to the basket. She's a 5'7" kid, sometimes having to play the 5 when Sadeja's out, so that's a tough matchup for us. So we need to do some things to take advantage of her ability to put the ball on the floor and her quickness, and we don't want her just in there playing with her back to the basket against 6'2" girls. So that's kind of where we're at with that. And then the other thing is then you put Danielle Heath in, who's got a little bit of size, but just a freshman, and trying to get into the physicality of college basketball and competing at a high enough level in terms of playing hard. So those are our two issues when Sadeja comes out.
Today at 1:30 p.m. on Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court, the 1-3 Braves host 1-4 Young Harris to open Peach Belt Conference play. UNCP is 5-2 all-time over the Mountain Lions, but last year was a split. UNCP won 69-50 at home, but fell 61-59 with Young Harris hosting. This year, UNCP and Young Harris are similar in that both are solid defensively, but have struggled to score. However, unlike UNCP, the Mountain Lions have a lot of height. 4 out of the top 7 on the team in minutes per game are 5'11" or taller. UNCP has just 1 in the top 8. Rebounding and play in the paint will be key in today's game.
Like us lately, they've struggled to score a bit. They're an inside-oriented team. Not that they don't have good perimeters, but they really play. A lot of times they play 2 true posts and look to pound the ball inside. Very good rebounding team. That's going to be, I think, one of our keys is can we rebound. Trying to get some offensive rebounds, but even more important, keep them off the offensive glass because of their size and because we're going to have some size disadvantages. On the flip side, we need to take advantage of that on the other end of the floor and attack the basket and get their bigs away from the floor, try to defend ball screens, defend cutting action, that type of thing.
UNCP is approaching Peach Belt play as a clean slate, an opportunity to start new, in a way, put a 3-game losing streak in the past.
Yeah, it is, and we're excited about the first conference game, and that's the important part of the schedule is conference, and particularly taking care of those conference games at home, I think, is extremely important. I try not to get the girls caught up in our record, other teams' records, that type of thing. I tell them we are what we are today. Every day in practice, that's the team we are, and we are what we are in our next game, and until the next game, we are what we were in our last game. So we're trying to improve in practice, but the girls are really excited about starting off the conference season at home Saturday against Young Harris.
UNCP and Young Harris battle today at 1:30 p.m. in Pembroke at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court. You can also watch the game on the UNCP Sports Network.
UNCP Wrestling picked up a victory over the weekend when they took down Coker on the road. Coker nearly rallied all the way back from an early 8-0 deficit, but the Braves got a big pin from Brandon Sloop at 184 pounds to key a 24-17 victory over the Cobras last Tuesday evening. The triumph snapped a 2-match skid for the Braves, who are now 2-2, as they also improved to 6-0 all-time in the series against Coker. The Braves faced little resistance in securing the first 2 individual matchups of the night, as All-American Nick Daggett delivered a convincing 12-5 decision as a prelude to freshman Ronnie Pietro's demolition of Chase Clark via a 16-1 technical fall that took just under 4 minutes to complete. Sloop would deliver the biggest blow of the night at 184 pounds, registering an early takedown of Brandon Mills before pinning the Coker freshman less than 45 seconds later. Andrew Colborn would follow with a 6-2 decision at 197 pounds to clinch the team victory for the Braves.
I like the way the guys were able to respond coming out of a holiday weekend and having 5 days off, a little too many days if you ask me, and I liked how they were able to respond and take care of business. We went into, I think, hostile environments, one that we hoping we can duplicate when we have home matches, and we were able to kind of shut the crowd out and take care of business. So I think that was one thing that was positive from a team A standpoint. We had a lot of young guys in there that allowed their talents to do the talking and not let the crowd get too much in their head. So that was definitely something that I think we can continue to press upon the guys, their ability to stay poised in the match, because as we move along wrestling these regional teams down south, there are going to be a lot more teams that are going to have even more hostile environments, and I think the guys did a great job of handling the crowd. So I definitely enjoyed the way they were able to stay focused on the match and stay focused on the job they needed to do last night for us to get the win.
In what was a hard-fought match for the Braves, Johnson wants to instill in his squad the idea that they should never be wrestling down to their opponent and that any match can be won or lost and they have to fight till the bitter end.
I think sometimes a team like Coker that's going to a coaching change, sometimes guys can, teams, I don't want to say guys, I mean, I can even throw myself in there. We can kind of get sidetracked and think that we're going to go in there and clean house. And, you can have those down and trap events and it is trap competitions that can end the way that you don't want it to end. And so I think reminding the guys that they put their singles on the same way we put ours on, and they practice, at least we hope, just like we do, to not go out there and take anyone lightly was a huge message to the guys. And I think the guys did a good job of it. And even though we didn't go in there full strength, we went in there to take care of business, and I think business was taken care of. So obviously we got some things we got to work on, but at the end of the day, it's a lot easier to work on those things with a W than an L.
One thing Johnson wants to see out of his squad more of overall, though, is depth up and down the roster.
I think it's hard for people on the outside looking in to see it, but I think depth, we got to have more depth up and down the lineup, guys being able to step in there and wrestle in the position if a guy's down or a guy needs a break, and that's going to take everyone on the team buying in and always being prepared. I think if we have more total buy-in, there's buy-in, but I don't think the buy-in is completely total, and I don't know if I'm calling my guys out publicly here, but so be it. They know what they signed up for, but I think complete buy-in from everyone, so there's never a guy training as if they're a backup. We all got to be training to be, national qualifier All-Americans. And if we have that, there's never going to be an opportunity for us to say, well, can we put him in? We're not sure. But I think definitely, understanding the flow of matches. That's something that's hard to get young kids to do. Understand the flow of matches, understanding your official, understanding your opponent. Because most teams are going to have a common thing that they do. And I think as we got to some of the later weight classes in dual, our young guys kind of showed their youth because they still didn't understand that the first couple of people in the match were doing the same things and, paying attention, not just being a guy on the bench and trying to see trends in your opponents and their team's actions. Even though it's an individual sport, most teams are going to have something that they do pretty similarly. And I think our guys didn't pick up on that. The young guys, at least, didn't pick up on that soon enough in the duel to be able to make adjustments themselves, even though we were able to tell them some of those things. So I think being able to understand trends in the matches that are going to help you win a close one, help you lose or prevent you from losing a close one is huge. And in one of those instances, we lost a close match because one of our young guys didn't understand the flow of the match and the trend from the opposing team.
While the squad goes on a little hiatus for now, the Braves will be able to get back into the weight room and continue the positive trends from the win over Coker.
We had an opportunity this morning to get in the weight room and get some strength back. The environment in there was a lot more, positive. Obviously, guys were full and happy. Not that they weren't full and happy yesterday. They weren't as full as they wanted to be. I can attest to that. So we're getting an opportunity to get in the weight room a few times with the amount of time we have off, and we get an opportunity to get back to the drawing board and actually have some practice. Competition is great, but sometimes it's always good to have some time to go through a small little training phase and rest the guys' bodies up. We get some guys that are banged up an opportunity to rest, and the guys that are not get an opportunity to get on the mat and really just focus on the small areas. So right now, it's nothing big that I think we need to put too much time on it. Just trying to carve away at those small things that are costing guys points in matches is what we're going to put our emphasis on, and just trying to get the team back, focus on the one goal that we have. Obviously, that's to win a regional title and get a national championship tournament trophy back here. And I think we got to refocus guys, and this is going to give an opportunity to do that while they're getting ready for exams and Midwest Classic in December.
After a 2-week break, the Braves hit the mat again on December 15th through the 16th at the Midwest Classic in Indianapolis. Then the Braves will return home on December 19th for a dual meet against region rival Belmont Abbey. UNCP swimming and diving gets back into the pool later today as they compete in the Mars Hill Tri-Meet at Chambers Gym on the campus of Mars Hill University. There, UNCP will be competing against Mars Hill and Milligan. The Braves are coming off of a victory for the squad at the Greensboro College-hosted Midseason Invitational. At the Midseason Invitational, the team registered titles in 3 events, including individual crowns by both Victoria Brousseau and Megan Hunter. Head coach Oscar Roverato sees a lot of room for growth still for his squad, especially since they are so young and talented.
This girl got a huge opportunity to get much faster on the second part of the season. As you know, though, we have a large gap for the Christmas holiday, so we'll be out almost 4 weeks. So all the girls gonna be working out anyway and try to maintain conditioning and then finish strong this season. For sure we can improve. There are large margin of improvement for each one of the girls. We can expect improvement, that's for sure.
One of those youthful swimmers the Braves have been led by this year is sophomore Megan Hunter. Hunter has compiled 6 wins on the season thus far to lead the team. Freshman Jaden Estrada has also chipped in with 3 wins of her own. Following the Mars Hill Tri-Meet, the team will have to wait more than a month until their next event. The Braves next get into the water on January 12th for their first event of the new year as they compete in the Pfeiffer Tri-Meet, which includes Pfeiffer and Converse College.